Hi, creative friends. This is Ella. I haven't posted a video for a while. However, I plan to post more from now on. And today I will share with you how I made this three floral thank you card. And I hope you enjoy the video. And let's get started. The media I'm using today mostly is watercolor and some stamps. So let's start our first one. So first step is always using washi tape to cover the edge of the card. So the watercolor paper I'm using today for the first card is Arches cold press watercolor paper, and the stamps is from Michael's. The first one I did is a little bit too light, so I use a black pen to mark it and make it a little bit visible. And then I'm using some pencil to sketch out some outline, so at least I know where the leaves and plants will go. So here I am on purposely try to use wet on wet, so mixing two colors in one leaf, so it looks a little bit has varieties on one leaf. A little bit darker color here. Usually I will put darker color on the bottom of the leaf, and the paint today I'm using and mostly I will use is from Machine Gold, which is a Korean brand, and by far this brand is my favorite color. So one of the most popular palette from this brand is within 36 color options for us to choose. So for me, it's not too much, it's not too little. It has lots of color I can choose and mix, but sometimes with some other like 24 color palette, some color is not vibrant enough and I can hardly to mix it from. But anyway, I love this brand, and the material and the brush I will use today, I'm using today, I will put on a supply list in the description box as usual. Feel free to check out. So for the design of this first card, I got inspiration from one of my doormat I purchased from Ross. I really like the color combination and the leaf composition as well. However, I look at it and I added some of my own design and different place to put different type of leaves, and I really like the color combination. What do you think? Do you like it? And I grabbed out one of my favorite botanic style paper book I purchased from Michael's, and trying to find a darker color match this color tone so I can put underneath this card to make a thank you card, right? So now I'm using my favorite color, and this is my second parts, because the little orange one on the knife, the little knife can be changed if it is a little bit dull. And I'm using a corner cutter to create a little bit corner. It has 3 sizes: small, medium, large. For this card, I'm using the large one, and it looks a little bit more sophisticated, I'll have to say. Now I am using paper, same color paper, to create some pattern in the inside of the card. So you know, when I need to write any words to my customer, I will just write it there and put some thanks stamps as well. Now I feel the top part of the card is a little bit too empty, so I use a big stamp, but only, have the left top corner have some ink, and then put kind of an edge, so it looks a little not that boring. And the last step for this first card is adding some gold color, and add gold drop shadow on the word grateful and on the word thank you as well. So that's it for the first one. Let me know if you like it, and we are move on to the second one soon. So let's start our second one. So the second one I designed is to have a watercolor flower basket, which full of roses, hydrangea, and some leaves as well. And I put the thank you word in the middle of the basket. And I'm extremely sorry I forgot that the battery is out. I didn't pay attention on that again, so you guys, I'm so sorry I cannot show you how I painted this part, but I do painted the inner part as well, and you probably can enjoy that part later. So on this second floral card, I do feel, because the color of the flower is very light, I do want it to pop out a little bit, so I use a dark black mark pen to outline some of the flower and the basket as well, so it looked a little popped. When I paint watercolor, I always try to use watercolor paper, which is thicker than the usual paper. Usually it's 140 pound or 300K thicker paper, so it can absorb water very well. However, I bought this little package of paper card from Michael's, and this card is always amazed me. So the effect, if I paint directly on top of it, sometimes it creates very interesting watercolor stain, and I really love it, like this one. So the middle orange rose looks really, really beautiful for me. So next time, probably I will just paint watercolor on this card. I will do that in next video or in future videos. Look at this effect. So when I drop a little darker pink color, it stays there. A key technique for us to paint with watercolor is to leave it as is. Don't touch it. Don't make it very even. The color unevenness is the beautiful part of the watercolor. Okay, now I am assemble those papers together. And I feel inside and it's a little bit dull as well, so I added a little more black stamp, thank you and grateful, and added an outline to it as well. Just be careful when you add lines and put whatever materials on top of the paint. Make sure the paint is completely dry, otherwise you will mess it up. And a few more stamps, almost there. Here we go. We are making our last card today, and I picked the color of the paper first and measured it and cut it in. So for this number 3 design, I decided to use one of my stamp with 2 daisy flower on it, and instead of stamp the whole thing in the middle, I decided to put it on the right hand side, so on the left top I can put a thank you word or grateful word. So I decided to choose this one, not too big, not too small, and I tried to add some watercolor on it. I do wait it a little bit to make sure the stamp is dry. However, I do realize the stamp's color, the dark black color, will smudge a little bit. So I tried a watercolor brush pen instead of this brush with water. That effect is a little bit better, but I didn't record it. Next time I'll try to use that one. And I tried to add some shadow on left hand side. Just imagine the light is coming from right top, so left hand side we have a little bit shadow, so make the flower a little bit 3D. And of course add some gold color. Botanic style is really good. Goes very well with gold color. And the bee over there is a little stamp as well. I recently just bought a lot of stamps from Michael's. So again, I am using the same stamps, same theory. On the left hand side, the top corner, and I will do part of it on the right hand side, the bottom corner too, and add some stamps. Just have some fun. I cut it some little edge from the previous paper, which is a little bit too large, so I have some leftover paper, and I decided just to use it instead of wasting it. It looks good. Little beautiful edge. And I always like the combination on this type of color paper, you know, brownish color paper mixed with white and black, and so it's perfect to make the words a little bit popping out by using this white pen. Again, all those material I will put in the description box, and feel free to check out. And a little more gold dots, and I want to make the leaves a little bit gold as well, so I just picked some of them, added some line, some dots, some white dots, splash a little white color. The white color is not watercolor here. I'm using a gouache and mixed with water, so it's a little bit more saturated. And here we go, number 3 card. So today we made 3 floral thank you card, and we used the watercolor paper and some paper card and some stamps as well. So I had so much fun by doing those cards. What about you? I hope you can learn or practice a little bit from this video, and thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.